Wait, Dr. Penye present. Thank you for your time. I want to share with you something very, very important that is going to help you as far as your health and well-being is concerned. I want to share with you on a certain disease that is causing a lot of havoc in the society nowadays. Cameroon is not an exception. It is a disease that is known worldwide and it is causing a lot of havoc in the society today. And it is good that you listen to this, get this information. It will help you, it will help your neighbor, it will help your family so that you can stay safe from this deadly disease. So today I will sharing with you on hepatitis B. Have you ever heard about hepatitis B? Maybe you know somebody who is suffering, or maybe you may be suffering from hepatitis B. It is still important for you to follow up and learn more and get what we are going to share here as far as hepatitis B is concerned. So, what is hepatitis B? When we talk about hepatitis, we are referring to inflammation of the liver. Can you imagine? When we are talking about hepatitis, we are referring to inflammation of the liver. And when the liver is inflamed, it deforms. That means it is not more normal because it had inflamed. So generally, we have a lot of things that can cause your liver to inflame. We have a lot of things that can cause your liver to inflame. When it comes to hepatitis, we have hepatitis virus that can cause your liver to inflame. We have hepatitis A virus, hepatitis B virus, hepatitis C virus, hepatitis D virus, and hepatitis E virus. So these viruses are viruses that attack your liver. That's why they call them hepatitis. They cause the liver to inflame. So these are the various viruses that can attack your liver and make it to inflame. I think you really like to know more about the liver. The liver is an organ that is under your rib, under the rib. It is found under the rib on the right side, on your right hand side, under the ribs. That is the position where your liver is found. And it is one of the most vital organ in the body. One of the most powerful organ in the body because it has a lot of functions. Let me cite with you some 5 functions of the liver so that you may have a clue on how important the liver is. Number one is that it functions in filtration. Filtration. When I talk about filtration, when there are waste materials or harmful substances in blood, when once they pass through the liver will always break them down so that they are eliminated through stool. Or those that when the liver break them down and it goes back to the bloodstream, they will finally be eliminated through the kidney into in urine. They will pass through the kidney and they will be passed out by in urine. So that is the role of the liver as it concerns filtration. It filters our blood. It keeps our blood to be pure. That is what we mean by filtration. It breaks down all the waste materials that are present in blood. It breaks them down. When it breaks these materials down, it sends some. Some can find themselves through the intestine and they are eliminated through the stool. And some that goes back to blood, they are finally eliminated through the kidney in urine. And then the liver again functions in digestion. In digestion. When the liver breaks down waste materials, when it breaks down waste materials, it converts them into bile. And this substance called bile helps in digestion around the intestine. It helps in digestion. It breaks down the food particles so that they can easily be absorbed around the intestines. So the liver also helps in digestion. It also helps in detoxification. Detoxification. When we have toxic substances that are present in the blood, like we have alcohol, we have drugs, we have other toxins that may be present in blood. What happens is that the liver break down all these toxins, this alcohol, drugs, and they are eliminated out of the body through the stool and through urine. They are eliminated. So the liver functions in detoxification. It is one of the organs that eliminate toxins out of the body. That is the role of the liver as it concerns detoxification. It also functions in protein synthesis. It synthesizes proteins in the body. For example, when you have a cut on your body that blood is oozing out of a sudden you discover that the blood stopped. You are not the one who stopped the blood stops on its own. What happened is that the liver secrete certain proteins that they call them clotting factors that will help to stop the blood from bleeding, will help to stop the blood from bleeding, it will help to clot the blood so that the bleeding can stop. So that is another function of the liver. It synthesizes proteins. Not even all that, it also synthesizes certain proteins that helps to fight against infections in our body. So the liver plays a great role. It synthesizes proteins in our body, and these proteins help us to fight against diseases, to stop blood clotting, and so on. A lot of proteins that the liver secretes in the body. And we also have the liver. It helps as a site of storage for vitamins and minerals. It stores vitamins and minerals so that in case where there is lack in the blood, in the body, it's going to secrete the vitamins or the minerals that it has stored so that they carry out their various functions. And that is how important the liver is to our body. It is one of the most important organs in the body. And when we talk about now hepatitis, we are referring to inflammation of this liver. Can you imagine? Inflammation of this liver. And when this liver is inflamed, it is deformed and it cannot carry out its functions normally. So when you have hepatitis, inflammation of the liver, there are a lot of functions in the body that are lacking because the liver is not healthy. The liver is not in its normal state. And as I've likely cited, there are certain viruses that are responsible for the inflammation of the liver, of which we have hepatitis A up to hepatitis E. But hepatitis E is very rare in the society. With hepatitis A, they are very rare. What is mostly common, and especially around our area here in Cameroon, is hepatitis B and C. Hepatitis B and C. Hepatitis B and C virus, they are mostly common in our society. And for hepatitis B is one of the most deadly contagious virus. Why? Because it is easily transmitted from one person to another, and it does not have any cure. The World Health Organization make us to understand that in 2019, 296 million people were suffering from hepatitis B, and we have 820 people who died of hepatitis B, and that approximately every year we have about 1.5 million people who are being attacked by this virus. One funniest thing is that hepatitis B can be contracted from any fluid, that any liquid that comes out of the body of somebody that is infected. If you come in contact with the liquid, any fluid, any liquid that comes out from the body of someone who has hepatitis B, you may likely contract hepatitis B. So, if you, even through saliva, if you embrace somebody, if you kiss someone who has hepatitis B, you may likely contract hepatitis B. And that is why you see nowadays hepatitis B is very, very rampant. It is too much. The prevalence is very high because there are children that engage into kissing because of what they see on social media, because of what they see on televisions, and even in school mediums, in school environments, children practice things that they see. They make relationships, they kiss people, they do other things that expose them to this hepatitis B virus. And if you look at it critically, children, people who are sexually active, people of the sexually active age, let's say from 16 years to 35 years, you will discover that they are the ones that mostly have this virus, mostly have this virus. So I'm here to tell you that you should sensitize your children on hepatitis B. You should sensitize your family members. You should sensitize your neighbors. You should sensitize your friends so that they should be aware about hepatitis B. And the good news is that hepatitis B has its vaccine. If you can take the vaccine for hepatitis B, you are safe from this disease. So it is good you visit the hospital, you do your exams. If your exams are good, because somebody who already has the disease can no more take the vaccine. So if your exams are good, you vaccinate yourself. And I will encourage you that anytime you have anything to do with as a relationship with anybody, it is good you visit the hospital for diagnosis so that you may be saved before you engage in any relationship that you want to engage in. It is very, very important. If you have hepatitis, for hepatitis C, there is a treatment, but just that the treatment is very expensive. But hepatitis C does not have a vaccine. It is mostly contracted by blood contact. It is mostly contracted by blood contact. That means you may have it through sex. You may have it in case where your blood, you have a cut and you have come in contact with the blood of somebody who is suffering from hepatitis C. So it is good you visit the hospital, you check yourself whether you are hepatitis free. If you are hepatitis free, you should have your vaccine. You should have your vaccine for hepatitis B. And each time you want to engage in any relationship with anybody, it is good you visit the hospital and you check. And you should also limit your sexual partners so that you can be safe from hepatitis B. Apart from these viruses, there are other causes of hepatitis. There are other things that causes hepatitis, like even too much alcohol. There are some kind of there are some kind of let me say even nutrition that can lead to hepatitis. So you need to mind what you eat. So because the more the liver functions, the more you put it in. That's why even alcohol lead to hepatitis. Drugs lead to hepatitis. You understand? So you need to be careful. When it comes to hepatitis D, actually you suffer from hepatitis D when you are suffering from hepatitis B. So it is hepatitis B that the hepatitis D virus uses antigens on hepatitis B to express themselves. So if you don't have hepatitis B, you cannot suffer from hepatitis D. Yes, you cannot suffer from hepatitis D. So the best way for you is to get your vaccine for hepatitis B so that you can also be protected from hepatitis D. So that was it for hepatitis B. I hope you have benefit something from this video. It is good that you should go to the hospital, you check yourself to see you are free from hepatitis. And don't forget to sensitize your children about hepatitis B, to sensitize your neighbors, to sensitize your family members, your friends about hepatitis B. And then you start by checking your own self. Thank you very much. God bless you.